Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian Deed from QuickSprout, and in this video I'm going to teach you some advanced link prospecting techniques that you can use to make link building faster and more effective. So the first thing I want to do is open up Google Chrome and install the Scraper add-on. Okay, so just Google Chrome Scraper add-on. This is the first result, and then this button will be blue and this will add it to your browser. And what Scraper does is it's kind of like a scrape box within your browser, and I'll show you how to use that later. You also want to install another add-on called Link Clump. So just Google Link Clump and this is the first result. And again, once you add it to Chrome, it'll be available. And what that does, it allows you to open multiple URLs on a page at once, which makes contacting people from, on a page much easier. You also want to have a Google Docs account and be able to open a Google spreadsheet. Okay, and the way to do that is just to click on Create here, click on Spreadsheet, and it'll open up a blank spreadsheet, and that'll become important later on in the video. So once you have all this stuff ready to go, your next step is to find some keywords that maybe you hadn't thought of when you first did your link prospecting. So let's say, using our earlier example, that we're looking for baking sites. Now, the search strings I showed you are very good, but sometimes there are search strings that you might not have thought of. So to find more keywords that may have eluded us, we're going to use a tool called Ubersuggest. And what this does is it scrapes the results in Google when you're typing something like this, and it gives you these suggested results. It finds them and scrapes them and gives them to you. So let's put in baking and put in the CAPTCHA here, and click on the suggest button, and it'll do its thing. And it puts in A, like baking A, and sees what comes up, baking B, sees what come up, and it scrapes all those results and gives them to you here. So for example, just under baking, here are the top scraped results from the Google suggest that they suggest is baking pork chops, baking potatoes, and then when you put in A, baking asparagus, baking apples, so you can see that these are tons of keywords that you could use to potentially find link prospects. Okay, so let's try one. Baking a ham. Okay, baking a ham. Right, so now we have all these results about baking a ham. So if you had a piece of content about baking a ham, these would be the best people to contact because they're already ranking for that keyword and obviously right about that topic. So we're going to use the Scraper add-on. Okay, and what we do is we find a link in Google search results, the blue one, then we right click on it and click on Scrape Similar. And what that will do is scrape the results on that page in similar links, which in the case of Google, all of the the search result links that you click on are the same. So click on Scrape Similar, and this will open up this, which don't be intimidated, it's very simple. All you want to do here is take the results and click on the Export to Google Docs. And what that'll do is it automatically opens a spreadsheet for you with the link, title tag, right? So here's the title tag and the URL. Okay, so you can just make this into your go-to spreadsheet of link prospects, and you have some information right here that could be helpful. And if you want, you can just keep going over and over again down Ubersuggest and find thousands of potential link prospects. Another way to find link prospects that I like is to go to DMOZ and other high-quality web directories, and I talked about web directories in another video, but basically the thing about DMOZ is you have to be a pretty good site to get in it, right? They don't accept anybody, so before you even visit the site, you know right off the bat that it's probably pretty good quality. So let's go and put in baking here and see what comes up. So head over to DMOZ, Best of the Web, Yahoo directory, some of the better directories like that. Type in baking, click the search button, and you'll see that there's all sorts of categories here. Now under just the baking category, there's over 3,000. But let's say that we wanted to write about cakes, okay? So we'll go to just cakes here. And all these results are, potential link targets. But to open them one by one is kind of tedious. So now we're going to use Link Clump. And to use Link Clump, you just right click, hold the right click button or the right button on your mouse, and highlight all of them. And it'll open all of these. So let me show you an example. So let's just say we wanted to do the top 3. It opens 3 right away in your browser. So now you have these 3 sites that you can contact without having to go one by one through the results. And it can make going through them a lot easier. Okay, so another way you could use that is, say you found this page, which is a baking, culinary, and hospitality page on an EDU site that I found. Now, let's say there are like 50 links on here. Even with this many, it's tedious. So again, you can just hold the right button on your mouse and highlight them all and open them and then reach out to all those people. Finally, if you want to get really advanced, if you really are serious about link prospecting, you can use Scrapebox, which I discussed in another video, and there's another service called Ontalo.com. So here it says Ontalo, that's how it's spelled. And basically this is a link prospector tool for link builders, and it does a lot of cool things that I'll show you how to do. So let's say we're finding some baking sites. You could put in your baking as your prospect list name here. And then under your phrases, this is where you put in your keywords. So baking, baking tips, baking cakes, baking hams, whatever, okay? And click again here, and now you have 4 prospecting phrases. But what I really like about Ontalo, as opposed to doing it yourself, is they have a footprint template. So when you click on this, they have Ontalo link building templates, okay? So they have different templates for what you're trying to look for. So if you're looking for blog roles, you could do that. Blogs, donation links, guest posts, links pages, sponsor links, and web directories. So if you're trying to find niche related web directories, that can kind of be difficult. I've done it, and this makes it easier. So let's just say we're looking for links pages. Click on the links pages. And then how many search results you want to return, you can choose up to 100. Okay, and let's choose 20. And then you click create new link prospect, and that'll happen. So as you can see, I already ran a different one about SEO, and I'll just show you. Oh, that is actually also about baking. And I'll show you that one now to give you an idea of what to expect. So it takes kind of a while to run everything, and you'll see why. So when you click on the download button, it'll open an Excel spreadsheet, and this is what you see, which seems like a lot of data, and it kind of is. But what I like is that they give everything a score, which is their internal metric for determining the authority and the relevancy of that page. So for example, we're looking for baking links, right? So Terry's Kitchen links, which is the links page, it has a URL score of 380, which is very high because it's exactly what we're looking for. It's about baking, and it's definitely a links page. But what I really like is that it makes the link prospecting process a lot easier because you can tell what link opportunities are there. They have an algorithm that determines that, and they give you the contact page URL, right? So this is all the contact page URL, which sometimes can be hard to find and time consuming. The email address, if they can find that, their Twitter accounts, their Facebook profiles, their blog URLs, and how many outbound links are on the page, okay? So if you want to do link prospecting and you see that a page like this has 407 outbound links, you might not even want to contact them because a lot of that link authority is probably diluted. Not necessarily, but if you want the most authority from the page, you'd want to pick one like this that has 11. So that's it for advanced link prospecting. If you ever get into link prospecting and try to find people to build links from, you'll quickly find that there's so many opportunities that it can be very time consuming. And these tricks and tips and plugins and add-ons can make the process much faster. It can help you find opportunities that you might otherwise miss. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.